Today I'm going to be reviewing this StmWorld handheld steam cleaner that was recently sent to me by the brand. So I went ahead and took off that plastic that was there just to make it a little bit easier. I'm going to open this up, show you exactly what this looks like. So this is going to be an adapter or an attachment for it. You can see how this is going to sit right inside of there. It does come with the cord, comes with all the other accessories that you might need. So for adding water, if you want a flat accessory, if you want one of these, also comes with this guy. This is going to be like a funnel for the top. And then this one is going to go around this head here, I believe. Let's see here. Looks like, and yes. So this is going to go right across there, so you can use this to steam something if you wish, you know, to make it a little bit easier, cover a little bit more space with that. And it's going to come with some smaller heads that you can use depending on what you are steaming and cleaning. And then this part here is, after you get the water in, is what you're going to turn it on to connect that. Now to use this, that just clips right over the top of it. That's actually really, really nice. I've had a variety of different steam cleaners in the past, and oftentimes they will not clip like that. They'll just kind of stick in place. So having this one that clips like that, that's going to be a really, really nice feature on there. Now this is going to have this part here on the end, so you can just use that. You can also use one of these adapters. So this is going to kind of go into place and then turn. So that locks that into place here on this end. And this comes with a variety of different ones that you can use. So it comes with this small one like that. I'll pull some of these other ones out here. Obviously that one there that I showed you earlier comes with a flat one. Comes with one that's got steel wool on it, depending on what you're cleaning. And then it has another one like that. And all of them go on the same. So it just kind of turns, goes into place, and then turns until it locks in. Now this is going to be a different head. I don't believe, let's see here. That's going to turn here. I don't think this one goes in like that. Nope. So this is going to be if you don't need that cord. So that's just going to go right into position right on there and then clip right into place on there. So that's just if you need some steam and you don't need the extra hose. That's going to go right onto there. I'm going to leave the hose one on there just because I feel like that having that extra length is going to be nice. So let me go ahead and get some water, put that in there, and then we'll test this out. Now, I did want to mention this does have a nice big water reservoir. I filled this up to 400. I wasn't sure if it would take it all, and it actually did. And because of the design of this, you could actually pour this in here without using this funnel if you don't want to. Now, once you have the water inside, you're just going to take and twist that into place like so. And then what happens is it won't allow it to open if there's steam pressure in there. So it does have to cool off before you can add additional water. So just something to keep in mind if you're like trying to figure out why you can't get it open. It's because it does need to be unplugged and it does need to cool down a bit before you can add additional water. So I'm just going to go ahead and plug this in here. And there is going to be this little light down here, and this will change once it is heated up. So let's go ahead and wait for that. Now, I was waiting for it to like kick on or kick off or something like that with this light once it is heated up, and it actually didn't do that. I could hear it bubbling in there, and then it didn't like kick off. It's been about 3 minutes or so since I first plugged it in, and so I knew it wouldn't take that long to create steam, and I was correct. It is steaming up and it is able to work. So although this thing on here does still say the same, this is just like an on thing. It doesn't click off as far as I can tell. Either that or it's taken a really long time for it to heat. So that is something to keep in mind. And then you can see you can easily use this. You're just going to have to push down on the trigger here while you are steaming. Now, if it's something that's really, really caked on, just steam probably isn't going to work. Oh, there we go. Okay, so it actually did change to green. So 12:09, this thing actually kicked to green. So it took about 4 minutes for it to go from orange to green, and that's when you know that it is fully done. Now, I actually started a little bit earlier as I wasn't sure on that, but you can see when it's 100% done, it's going to go to that steam. So there shouldn't be a ton of like water coming out. If you have a ton of water coming out, just double check this and make sure that it is green, as that means it is ready to use and ready to heat up. Now, it is important to note if something is caked on really, really a lot, I guess, if something really, really caked on there, just steam alone probably isn't going to take it off. However, you can still try just using steam, like especially this is going to work really well around edges. So you can see I can easily get into those spots on the edges like that without any issue and just going all the way around the edge of my stove. That's going to work nicely versus something that's caked on, maybe burnt on or something like that. It might not work the best for that, but this is going to work really, really nicely for cleaning. After you use it a bit, you can see it's going to go back to orange. So after doing that, if it's not acting like it has enough power or something, then you can see it's going to go to orange. Just wait for it to go to green again. before you are ready to use again. Now here for the top, this is going to have a little button that's going to pop up that's going to tell you caution hot. And you will want to, if you are ready to empty it, you will want to go ahead and unplug that cord, give it time to cool down. So this little red thing is actually going to go down some. And once that red thing has gone down, then you can open up this top to add additional water, or you know, if you're done using it, to empty out the water to store it. So overall, definitely a nice little steam cleaner from StmWorld.